Triniteq's PowerEPOS provides service modes to further customize your system to suit your business requirements. Service modes offer flexibility by using advanced settings to design your specific service style and production needs, and they are usually based on locations such as table, bar, takeaway, or even drive-through. Service modes are also available for reporting on revenue centers. In a retail environment, you might only use one service mode to process sales at the counter, or in a combined outlet where you sell products in one area and run a cafe in another area. You might use two service modes, as the way you serve your customers is different for each area. The service modes you establish in your system will appear on the right-hand side of your POS screen for quick selection. PowerEPOS also makes it easy to switch between service modes. Say, for example, if your customer orders a drink at the bar and then decides to move to a table. The drinks can be ordered in bar mode and then transferred to a table as it becomes available using the Transfer Order button, bottom left of the screen. So let's create a new service mode. We first log into PowerEPOS back office, and from the Management console, we select Service Modes. This opens the Service Modes module, where we can set up our first service mode. We go down to the control panel and hit New, which opens up the new service mode window. The service mode we will create will be for our restaurant, so we will call it Table, short for Table Service. Next, we set up how this mode will be referred to in different places. The short prefix is displayed in modes on the right-hand side of the ordering screen. Floor plan is applied to the floor plan screen, and the receipt prefix is how the service mode is displayed on any receipts and dockets. If we plan to have the same name for all areas, we add it to short prefix, and then we use the arrow down button on the right to copy the text to the other prefixes. Next, we choose our price level. As we previously set up price levels through the Price Schemes tile in the Management console, for this service mode we will select Standard, which refers to dine-in prices. If our venue were to also offer takeaway, we could set up takeaway prices and choose this price level when setting up the takeaway service mode. Now we move on to method settings. Methods are the rules that service modes follow for each style of service. You'll notice that each method provides more information on the options available through the eye icon on the right. We'll talk through them and then set them up for our table service mode. For covers method, there are 6 options to choose from. For a retail outlet, if we were just processing sales, we could choose the first option and disable this method completely. Or if we wanted to report on the number of customers making purchases, we could select compulsory, defaulting to 1, so that every purchase counted 1 customer. If we were setting up takeaway or delivery mode, we could also choose to disable or make covers optional. But we are setting up for table service, where we need to record the number of customers at each table. We therefore select compulsory with prompting, which means that serving staff will not be able to exit the order screen without entering the number of covers first. Seat method refers to whether a seat number is required for the order. This is important for styles of service where the order is applied to a seat, such as for table service or theatre-style service where orders are applied seat by seat. For this method, we'll choose compulsory with prompting so that the order will not be accepted by the POS without a seat number higher than 0. KP, or kitchen printer print method, directs the kitchen printer what to do in certain situations. For table service, we want the kitchen printer to print our orders once it's complete, so we select Always Print. For a retail store, we would select Don't Print, as the kitchen printers are not required. The next method is similar but for receipts. Some outlets might ask their customers if they require a receipt, so Prompt to Print would be useful here. For table service, we print the receipt and present it in a folder to the customer, so we would select Always Print. The last of the methods allow us to control what happens if the order is inactive for a period of time. Some venues might choose to send unprinted items to the printer, so they would choose Always Print. But for our style of service, we want the kitchen to receive all the items at the same time as one order, so we'll choose Print Later once the order is complete and closed. Next, we'll discuss ranges. This feature is where we add table numbers, or for theatre-style service, seat numbers to the service mode, and it is important for when we build floor plans to reflect our service areas. For modes such as bar or takeaway, we might leave this blank. Our venue has 20 tables, so under Ranges, we select New, which opens up the number range window. From the range type drop-down list, we can select single value, number range, or complex range. We'll select number range, and then add 1 and 20 into From and To. We are then presented with the number sample below. If our venue used a numbering system other than number ranges, we could use complex range to set this up. Here we can name tables or seats using letters, numbers, and colours. For our venue, our inside area is numbered 1 to 20, but we also have a balcony area with 10 tables, which are named B1 to B10, so as to not be confused from the 1 to 10 inside. To add this range, we select complex range and use this formula, which presents us with the range B1 to B10. We hit save, and this range is now added to our table service mode under ranges and available for when we build our floor plan. Once our table range is set up, we can test how the range will look on the POS before we add the tables to the floor plan by clicking the button Test POS Programming. Lastly, we click on the flags button to check these settings. For a description of each setting, simply click on the setting and the description is displayed below it. For table service, we'll check the first setting to disable user inactivity timeout so that the orders must be completed and cannot time out. We can also use these checkboxes to enable or disable all settings. Now we hit save in our control panel to save the settings for our service mode, and we see it set up in all service modes. To go back and edit our service mode, we just double click on it to open it again. Also in this screen, we can delete a service mode by highlighting it and hitting delete on our keyboard. We can also perform a quick edit by highlighting the mode and selecting quick edit from the control panel, which allows us to edit just the fields on the screen. As with all changes to Triniteq's PowerEPOS system, we need to publish our changes to make them available at our POS. We close the Service Modes module, hit the Publish button top right of the screen, and select the changes we want to publish by checking the corresponding boxes. As we have multiple outlets, when we hit Publish, we are also prompted to select the outlets the changes should publish to. Our new service mode should be available for all our Australian venues. So we'll check the box for Australia, hit Select, and OK once complete. Now that we have our service mode set up, we can build our floor plans and apply our table ranges. You can learn how to do this in our video, Building Floor Plans.